Hey, how's it going? It's Eli again. Yes, obviously. Um, I realized that nobody made a video on the pandemic or anything. Uh, so I kind of wanted to do sort of like an update video on where we're at um, as a group. For me personally, kind of where we're going. There's not much really more to say about the pandemic. Everybody's kind of doing their own thing at this point, but uh, I decided, I should just kind of explain at least where I'm at. Um, but first, about the projects and stuff. Um, we made the first episode of the podcast. We have like a lot of stuff going on for the squad kind of brand. Um, but okay, I'll start at the beginning. We started at the pilot, episode 0, as I've called it, the game that was privated. I don't think it ever went up for um, reasons. uh, but Patrick just edited that the other night. It may have been last night. But thank you, Patrick. But we also made um, episode 1, I kind of want to call it, where Corbin finally got the podcast recording system working on the Xbox. So I think for most future um, podcasts, they're likely going to be over the Xbox, and it's going to be Xbox audio of us in a party talking, playing, and stuff. And that went on. I believe the footage is around 5 hours or so of just multiple people in and out. But I think it was four of us, me, Corbin, Quentin, and Patrick for the most of it. Um, and Corbin is getting that rendered and is going to send it to me and Patrick, and we're going to take notes over it. I think at least I'm going to take notes over it and uh, kind of see where we did some not good things, some not so good things. Start editing it, see what could actually be used if we actually do want to use it. Because for all we know, it could just be complete trash, and I might just want to scrap it and start anew. But I don't really want to do that. I think everything we kind of do should just be documented, thrown onto the channel. What's harming more content. Um, we also made an Instagram recently. Patrick did. Patrick's just been the one going at it. He, I think it's the squad 030418. I don't think that may be right. I'll link it in the description, the Instagram. We got nothing on there right now, but hopefully eventually stuff will start getting produced. And that's kind of another thing that I want to touch on. Um, I'm worried that like nobody really is super about it, because I feel like I really do enjoy making these, even though I kind of seem half awkward. I'm getting more used to doing this type of stuff, and I want to make videos. I want to talk to people, talk to you know the squad, and talk to different people on the street. Go to places, meet people, talk to people, and produce things that could be interesting and people would actually want to listen to and stuff. Um, but right now it kind of feels like we're a little in limbo because we have e-learning is the big thing. Everybody's kind of focusing on that as of right now because next week is AP exams, so I'm not uh, gonna hate on anybody or what's the word, blame anybody for not doing any of this. And if they aren't super about it, that's fine. Um, but I just want to make sure that like all these projects, all these like the YouTube channel, the podcast, the Instagram, the brand that we kind of want to make. Um, I don't know if we actually are about it because I know what my vote is. Yes, I want to do this because I see why the fuck not. We have nothing better to do. We're kids. I think we're all interesting and we're all smart enough that we could talk. We could tell people these stories and things because I think we have a lot of fried ass stories. I want to talk with the guys, the boys. Um, but I don't know if everybody's in that same headspace or not. I'll talk about it with them eventually, I'm sure. But no pressure right now. It either works or it doesn't. It's okay. But one other thing that I wanted to talk about is my own kind of projects that I wanted to start. Not necessarily squad related, but the big one that I've thought about recently that I've project named the Legacy Interviews. Basically, what they're going to be is like, I don't really know how long, but interviews for elders and the elderly and things. So I'm going to start with my family because I love my family. And I've been thinking about my great grandfather a lot recently. And I'm actually, fun fact, his name bearer, like his last name was Lewis, my grandma's maiden name. So my great grandfather's last name was Lewis. My middle name is Lewis. So I kind of feel a little obligated to keep that part of him alive. And, you know, unfortunately, he passed away in 2010. He was 90 years old and he did a lot of shit with his life. And unfortunately, I wasn't old enough to be able to talk to him about these types of things, but it's all right. But I do still have my grandparents, and I've talked to them about this type of stuff, and I basically wanted to get their take on their life in general, their life, what they've accomplished, what they haven't, what was their rock bottom kind of thing. And I just want to like be able to take all that and put it into videos and documents and all these things and kind of just put it on the internet or keep them for myself for people to see. Probably put it on the internet if they're okay with it. But it's just, I'm a kid, you know, and I'm like right at the door of like entering life, like the legit world, because like, you know, next year I'll be a senior, and that's the last year of structured, real mandatory education, and then I'm thrown into the world, you know, a legal adult, which is a little scary. So I think it would be nice to get some people's take on who've already experienced it. You know, why not? Like old people, the elderly is probably the type of people I respect most in life because they've been through the day they were born, somehow stayed all the way alive to get to where they are now, 60, 70, 80 years old, 90 even. And most of them seem pretty happy and pretty chill. And I kind of want to see what it takes to kind of get to that. You know, I want to make sure if they know, like just some advice, maybe some learn about them, because I love history. I've loved learning about all this and APUSH and things. And you know, I think it'll be fun. You know, I kind of want to try something for myself since this quarantine has given me a lot of time to think. Obviously, it's kind of crazy, especially going through a breakup and all this nonsense. 2020 hasn't been too great yet. But even through it all, I think I've still tried to remain positive and know that it's, even though we're stuck in this quarantine, it's not like you can't go and do stuff. You can't go and make, you know, you can make podcasts on the fucking Xbox that Corbin just figured out how to do, and we could be doing that every single day if we wanted to, you know. I started working out at home and trying to like get swole, get big muscles, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to do stuff for myself to improve myself and not just make waste of this time. I don't want to get too introspective or anything, because I kind of have that problem too. But it's alright. I'm living, doing life. But that's kind of where I am, where the squad is. Again, we all have e-learning and stuff, and I'm hoping the summer is going to be filled with content and stuff, and we could start doing these podcasts maybe like every other day if we even fucking wanted to. You know, we could go and hang out at people's houses and just do stories, go places, do stuff, take pictures, put it on Instagram. You know, all these Damn. Sorry, I keep burping. But mini update videos where I'm at, kind of maybe a nudge for the rest of the squad to, if they're available and if they want to, then they could start putting out their own update videos too. This is basically a brief overview talking about everything that's been going on for me at least. That's all I have right now, I think. But yeah, we should. I'm hoping to get started on this shit soon. Everybody, it'll be good. All right, see you guys.